congratulate Propeller and all the members. I feel a bit like a derelict father who left his young son at 2 years old and comes back 25 years later to see what happened with the young son that became an adult.
We became this really lovely core group, and we did so much together, and it was a really exciting time. And I have maintained these amazing friendships with people that I connected with at Propeller.
When Propeller Gallery was just getting off the ground in 1996, I was too. I was considered an emerging artist then. I had taken a studio down on Niagara Street. The other tenants in the old building called it the Coffin Factory. Most of them were artists. Most of them knew about Propeller, and I had only heard good things about the gallery. I lived close by, so it was easy to drop in and see most of the exhibitions there. And from time to time, I would enter their themed shows. Incredible shows. I was so impressed with their talent, but also their friendliness and their encouragement. So I joined. I was accepted into the fold. And I must say, the Propeller artists really did help me keep emerging. One of the best things about the Propeller members, they were always game to be open to new ideas. Like my first solo exhibition in 2010, I was able to go ahead with the crazy idea of installing an actual utility pole floor to ceiling inside the gallery. Every exhibition that Propeller members put on was unique. The ideas always fresh. We had the interactive displays for Nuit Blanche. We had the black and white ball every year. I remember one year Propeller had its own Salon de Refusés for artists who didn't make it into the annual outdoor exhibition. The idea was inspired by an exhibition in Paris in 1863. We set up portfolio reviews where members' art could be critiqued by well-known gallery directors. Because it's an artist-run space, everything was done by us. We had to work and invent together. The members couldn't help but be very connected to each other.
How did you come to know Propeller?
Well, actually, in the last year of my schooling at OCA, there were a group of students who started Propeller. I didn't join at that time, but many years later, around 2007, I think, I decided to have a show there, a solo show. So I rented the gallery space, I had a really good experience of showing there, and I sold lots of art, and I was really happy. And then people said, "Hey, why don't you become a member of Propeller?" And so that's what happened.
We're at Propeller, and this is a live art event for the members, I assume, and for the public to bid on the live art pieces that the members of this cooperative create.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's a member show in the back gallery. There's some small 6x6 cash and carry pieces, and then the interactive exquisite corpse pieces in the front. And this is going to end up being sort of a continuous wall piece.
2014, Nuit Blanche, Propeller Gallery presented Migration, the work of 46 visual artists shining light on their own experiences and reactions to immigration, their own migration, and their families. The migration mapping activity invited Nuit Blanche visitors, and there were hundreds of them, to chart on our wall map their historic journey from anywhere and everywhere in the world to Toronto.
Here at the Propeller Art Gallery in downtown Toronto, they're hosting their 6th annual salon show and sale, an event that rekindles the essence of the old French salons of the 19th century and features the work of over 70 local artists.
We have a variety of media, from painting, photography, we have sculpture, we have ceramics.
I'm really excited about these 3 pieces that you see right in front of you up there on the wall. They are the first iPad paintings that I've printed.
Our first salon show was 4 years ago, and we had basically a 2-week slot, and we didn't know what to do, and we thought, let's invite our friends. And we thought we'd have just a few friends come to show with us, and we'd never imagined it would turn out to be this vast and this varied and this huge. We have anything from basic drawing, painting to sculpture. We have mixed media where you're combining 2 different elements together, like paint and photography.
The theme of this show, exhibition, is lifeboats. Boats of my life, maybe boats of your life too. One element of this series celebrates this pure gold, brighter boat, which is an ancient Celtic treasure. And I'm a Celt too, with a seafaring heritage, so this image means a lot to me.
But in Sekishu, they leave on what they call the cortex layer, which has certain ingredients in it, like tannins and resins, things that give the paper sort of a structure. And that's why it's kind of more crispy and stronger with a little bit more solidity for its thinness. But I was very interested in learning a lot more about what I call the hidden beauty of this paper, which is the fibers that make it so strong and give it its quality. So this piece is called Reveal. And what I was seeking to do here was to really, as much as possible, reveal and highlight those beautiful fibers.
Conjure up these images which I end up wanting to actualize visually. So this is very much, all this kind of images have come from my mind, and I found a way to process it and print it on board. I started ripping up Saturday comics, or just like shredding them. So like the strips even became smaller strips. And then I had a pile of them, and then I took matte medium and I slathered it all over the board, and then I just started like putting down the ribbons of the comics until the whole thing was covered.
So just in terms of working with the paper, again, it's that whole idea of, if I'm working with a square format, you can see I do a lot of squares. The format tells me what to do. So if you look at the rectangle, and again the canyons, it just gives you an altogether different area that challenges you in terms of how you're approaching your subject matter.
So most of my paintings are from travel. In this exhibition, it's the theme of cave, Neolithic spaces. And one of the impressive features of that cave were the handprints. So your hand is your identity, right? 35,000 years ago, we were not writing. So I like to think these are our ancestors, that one artist was making, printing his hand.
particular show comes from an inspiration I've had around the fact that we walk over many items in our lives and we don't stop and think and look. And I'm presenting some traces of those items. I've been with Propeller since 2007. This is my family. And all the people that show here at one point or the other, we do so many things together that the way they perceive and they cherish the world, I always end up like sharing their view and discovering new ways to look at the world. And that's one of the things that really keeps me fresh in my work.
My thesis was called Land is Archive. and ultimately looking at how our land stores the ecological, psychological, and social trauma of that which we create. I'm specifically looking at textiles and fast fashion and how it is contributing to these things around the world.
Things I started to really think about was all the things that we use to make a painting, and then starting to think about, you know, the canvas for me is really, it's land, and the frames are forest, which is on the land, of course, and then the wire, the minerals and what's underground and has to be tunneled out. And I just was really wanting to explore what it is we consume as artists.
I see this as a very, very symbolic object. It speaks to me about passage of time and about transformation. And I believe that it also has memories of all of the things that it's been through over a really, really long time.
I was just asked to announce that I was one of the original founding members of Propeller. I guess there is. It's been downhill ever since. That would have been back in 1998, I think, was my first show. The process, I kind of think, is interesting. I kind of like it to Joe Biden. There's no plan. I make stuff up. And there's some serious questions about my cognitive ability.
Hi, my name is Peter Friedrichsen. I have a solo exhibition at Propeller Gallery. The exhibition is called Interference, which has a relationship to how I actually make the work, but also to these times of interference. They create an interference pattern. You can see here the banding which is a result of that interference.
Had a painting career at all if it hadn't been for Propeller. It's just as simple as that. You really threw yourself into helping us succeed. And as you all know, it's not everyone's life mission to help other people succeed, but that's what you do. That's what all of you do.
So anyways, I just wanted to say congratulations. It's incredible that you guys were able to not only to keep it going, it just, I'm amazed at the quality of the art, and the everything I see is very, very impressive. So again, happy birthday, and I wish you all the best.